broken dreams. Outside of the wasted and torn, a land of tears still remains. Soldiers of destiny calling, and the fallen will rise up again. Conquer the forces of evil and fight to the end. Cry thunder, sword in his hand. Titans of justice, fearlessly stand. Cry thunder, strong in command. Savior of nations, freedom of man. Cry thunder, sword in his hand. Warriors defending one final stand. Cry thunder, strong in command. Blessed by the union, freedom of man. Blessed by the union of man. Cry thunder.
So, with you guys around, all these requests asking me to watch this video, let's look at the do video that I don't know how many messages I got, a lot of them. Let's see what it's about.
Oh, I love that Hello Kitty.
Oh, thank you. Well, can I play
I
the
love
one
that Hello
song
Kitty
that I know
guitar
how to
too.
play? I kind of just started playing.
Yeah.
You'll definitely skip me though. Everybody skips me when I start playing.
No,
so
no,
I'm
no,
really-
no, shut up. Play.
Oh.
I actually can't really remember how it goes.
It's okay.
I mean-
Don't worry.
You're
That
so
is-
encouraging. You're
that-
so nice.
It's
That is a
okay.
guitar
Like,
to
if
get
you're
girls
started,
on.
You're started. Whenever
I
you
need one of
become,
those
like, a rock
guitars.
star or whatever,
Oh, I
you
needed
just have
one
to
when I was
continue.
young.
You think that's possible?
You
I
didn't
mean,
do
as
one
long as you
before?
practice enough, you could actually get really good at it.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I remember how it goes.
Wow,
Oh.
cool. He's playing the Steve Vai from Crossroads now. Is this trolling? Is it trolling girls online?
You played before.
When I was playing stuff like that,
Something like that.
when I was young playing stuff like that,
Before.
it didn't work for me at all. No girls cared about it. No girls cared about me playing solo. They said, I want to hear Nirvana.
What do you mean? What?
Oh, that's the best guitar. I want a Hello
What's
Kitty.
wrong with this?
If there's a Hello Kitty guitar for me, I'll
What do you
play it on
mean?
stream.
Bitch,
We'll
no
play
boy
the whole
has a
Dragon
girl
Force album on
guitar,
Hello
dummy.
Kitty guitar if I have one.
Yeah, laugh at it. Laugh at my first guitar. I swear to God. Ha ha ha!
I like this guy. He's funny.
Oh God, that was loud.
I'm sorry, that was for the last person.
Give me a heart attack.
Can you play something?
I could try.
Can you play
I just
something?
kind of started playing, so I'm not really that
You know
good.
Hot Cuff Buns?
I might
There's
be
some
able to do
K-Max
one, actually.
solos. That's what you need to
Isn't
do.
it
Not everyone can play K-Max solos.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
That's too.
You're
that's
welcome.
too.
All right,
That's
let
too
me
well
play this
played
other
anyway.
Nursery rhyme that I know. I'm probably gonna butcher this, so I'm sorry. I'm really nervous about it. Oh.
What the heck? That's so good. I butchered this. You made him play Hot Cuff. No way. Is that real?
That's that.
That was
Wait,
awesome.
that is the
You made
best
it.
version I've ever seen played live.
That was really good. Like,
so- thank you
That's the
so
best
much.
version I've ever seen played live of that solo. And I've seen a lot of these
at least it wasn't
this
done.
solo played live in my life.
How are you doing?
Probably more than anyone else in the world have I seen that solo being played or actually playing it.
You want me to do this one, don't you? That's what you want. You better hit me up.
Oh my god! You know,
Louder,
you know
my
what's the
friend.
funniest thing about this
Harder, my friend.
is I definitely have not. I have played guitar solos on
Like your
stage
parents were murdered in front.
where girls actually just carry on looking at the singer. It's like, I don't care about this, and he's able to turn it around. I need to take some lessons from the dude.
I can, yeah. I'm playing.
Who knows the dude? Who is this
Can I
guy?
play what?
We can't see his face. I need some guitar lessons from him. Can we get some? Can you tell the dude I want some, not just guitar lessons, I want some live lessons from this guy.
Kill me. Kill me, please, God. All right, now before this video gets too epic, I got to shout out today.
Right. No, I need some guitar lessons and live lesson from this guy how to be cool. He's able to play Dragon Force solo and make girls smile. Look at the smile on those girls' face. That is classic. Everyone message the dude. Tell him I want a live guitar lesson with him on stream. This is gonna end up on YouTube, so you guys better be nice. Like, be friendly. Don't be a prick. Otherwise, YouTube people are gonna think Twitch people are toxic. You know, it's like YouTube versus Twitch now. I've been asked every single day for the last for how long, I don't know, to react to Tina S. React to Tina S. Then you get the react to Ali Pata, and then react to Tina S. We done react to Cole Rowland, so we have to do react to Tina S. Am I right? Is this how it's gonna be? So let me grab a guitar to make me feel good about it. We're gonna do this, you know why? Because you want to help Jason Becker. This is the right one. Signed by Metallica, Paul Stanley, Steve Vai, Sammy Hagar, Nuno Bettencourt, Steve Lukather, Warren DeMartini. I signed this. Neely Brosh signed it. A bunch of people signed this, and this is gonna go on the Jason Becker Reverb store. And what's the story on this? Well, you got 27 million views on this Dragon Force cover. I've seen it once, a long time ago. A long time ago. Have you guys seen it? Okay, who hasn't seen the Tina S Through the Fire and Flames cover? Who hasn't? Who hasn't? Yes, no. Okay. Well, let's find out. There's most of you. It's kind of a mixed match, actually. Dragon Force covers are something that people, I believe, take some kind of pride in doing. Let's have a look. This is it. We are reacting to the Tina S Dragon Force cover. Finally, this was posted in March the 5th, 2015. So we were still cool back in 2015. Let's go.
Take one.
So, if you're wondering what's happening here is this. From what I know, from what I can understand, from what I would think she's done is they downloaded the tracks that people uploaded that they got extracted from Guitar Hero. From Guitar Hero 3 game. They extracted it off the game, the tracks, and they took the guitars out and just have the drums, the bass, the vocals from the stem tracks. And that's how they put the guitar in. So I think that's a good way to do it. If you're going to do a cover, I believe that's a good way to do it. If you got the stem tracks, you can mute the guitar and hopefully do some self-interpretation, right? Doing a cover is not about playing note to note, 100% one-to-one, because then you can't really be yourself too much. Hitting the chords and stuff like that, but I think you got to inject your own style of playing when it comes to it. Someone said, this sounds illegal. Technically, yes, it is illegal. But it's the internet. It's the internet. Lots of people do that. But I don't use that word because you are not on the 504 channel. I think, do it. Do it. I want to see you do it. If you guys got the stem tracks to any Dragon Force song, you can take the guitars out and jam to it. Post it on the YouTube channel. Do it. Just get on with it. Have some fun. Auto one, how much? What do you guys think? What's your score? Here's an auto wah going there. An auto wah that I think is pick sensitive because of the way it was expressed, I feel like. And then she has a harmonizer. I think that's a good way to do it. So instead of using a backing track, what happens is this. You couldn't separate Sam's guitar and my guitar off the stem tracks of Guitar Hero. You know why I know that? Because I delivered those tracks. I knew what they were. So when we delivered the stem tracks, what stem tracks are? A stereo mix of each instrument. When you did Guitar Hero 3, then let's say you send the drums with all the effects sound. You send the vocals with all the effects in it. The guitars and the bass. And the keyboards. You send all those instruments mixed with all its effects. So when you play all of them together at the same level, it's supposed to sound exactly like the album. So I think some people was talking about. I see on the chat here. There is about passion. We're gonna talk about passion in a minute and feeling. How about that? And expression. Let's look at the solos, and then we're gonna talk about the expression, the passion, and the feeling when it comes to this cover. Let's listen to this. But I know that's why she can't have the harmonized guitar of Sam or myself and learning one part, because the stem tracks deliver Sam and my guitar at the same time when it comes to lead. So there's the rhythm guitar and the lead guitars. They were all mixed together at the same time. You couldn't separate out the harmonizer. You couldn't separate the harmonies, so you have to use a harmonizer to play and take out all the guitars. All right, let's go. Oh shit. I didn't know how good she played that solo. Okay. Woo. Wow, okay. You know what? I'm going to watch that again for 1 second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. That's how you're supposed to do it. Oh, fuck. Shit. Well, she killed it. Ah. Whew. Damn. Okay. Maybe this is... People saying this is the best cover through the Fire and Flames. I guess maybe this really is now. I mean, this happened a long time ago, but I haven't looked at this. I saw it once back in 2015. I haven't like paid attention. Oh, cool, another person covered through the Fire and Flames. But shit. I thought she expressed that nicely done. And you can see she was getting into that solo. She's like, you know, she was like, at the beginning, she was like kind of vibing out like a kind of, what do you call it? Like a soul artist. But shredding the shit out of that guitar. Well, I know who to call if I don't want to play that song anymore. But that was a good. She stuck to the theme of the solo, and she really ripped those notes like the album. I saw her feeling when she went da, da, da. She went slightly pushed the time on the last solo. Da, da. I don't have it plugged in, which is stupid of me. I shouldn't play this guitar because I don't want to rub off Metallica or Paul Stanley's signature on this guitar, since it's got to go on sale on the Jason Becker Reverb store for a good cause. So I'm not going to play this thing. Then I'm going to rub off Steve Vai's signature, and I've got to go all around LA, get them to re-sign it again. Not doing this. So, I thought that was sick. Woo! Woo! Brutal. You gonna make the guitar noises? Playing the lower octave version. Wet. I was hoping she was gonna say wet at the end. Poof. But no comment. And she was chewing gum at the same time. It was like, I'm gonna chew gum just to show I'm a badass and look cool. I mean, that was an insane cover. And obviously, this reaction video is going to get more views than the new Dragon Force video coming up, which is Troopers of the Stars, of course, because that's the way life is. What's life is about. What else could she improve on? Am I even qualified to say anything like that? Probably not, but I'm going to say it. She didn't have a fan blowing her hair around. One thing she was missing was the getting more animated and throwing her expression into the guitar, but maybe that's not his style, right? Not everyone have to be cringy like me and have a fan blowing and do those kind of things for the solos. But I think a magic fan would be good. And I think all these about performing, right, takes time to develop on video and live. Expressing with your body animated, your facial expression is part of the experience of for someone watching you play live. So I think all these things takes time to develop. You can't expect someone to be like doing that when they're 15 years old and go, yeah, well, why don't you do that? And same with your hand techniques, your composition technique. Everything takes time to develop. I believe she was 15 when she did that. I mean, she did an amazing job. What can you say about that? When you play like that at 15, playing, I would say, not me saying it, I'm quoting other people, one of the hardest power metal song or metal song for this kind of style. I think she did obviously amazingly well. The solo was even better than I thought it was. It's actually even better than I thought it was. The way she expressed those notes and accuracy, that was like, okay, wow. And here's a story. I did try to reach out to her the last time we were in France, in Paris. I tried to get her to come to the show just to hang out. And if she wanted to play with us on stage, we were very happy to have her. But I couldn't get hold of her. So hopefully, Tina S, if you can hear me next time, if you want to come and hang out, just to say hi, you're welcome to do that at the Dragon Force show. If you want to just come and play, have a jam, we'd love to. And why not Twitch? Why not come on the Twitch and do this together? That'll be fun. Come to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Hermony. Go check it out. And here you go. I'm going to give you a YouTube cut right now. We're going to cut this for YouTube, right? Hey, YouTube, I hope you enjoy this music. Fuck, what am I talking about? Music video? No, music videos doesn't get any views. We do reaction videos. Just... it's like, no one care about music videos. Watch it once like that. I'm just going to stream the rest of the time on Spotify or something like that. No one cares. All right, let's do this one take. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. You guys been asking for me to react to Tina S forever, and I've done it now. So what's next? What should I react to next? Well, leave it in the comments. Hit the like button and all those stuff that you know cannot be bothered doing. But just do it anyway, because why not? We're on YouTube, so may as well do it. And yeah, thanks. Hi, this is Herman from Dragon Force.
And I'm Sam from Dragon Force.
Oh, welcome to Young Guitar DVD. We're gonna play some stuff for you, some fun, some serious, a bit, we're gonna mess around a little bit. Hope you can get some information about playing and, inspiration to make your own sound and, go forward with guitar playing. So, I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed all that. Any of you young guitar players out there, any advice we can give you is basically sit in your room all day, don't hang out with any of your mates, and basically practice all day long. You might get as good as us.
Very funny, Sam. Very funny. I guess I think guitar playing very important to enjoy it, like have a sense of humor about it, because the whole thing in the beginning, why we start playing guitar, what's the fun part? And it's important to be serious, to practice, and hope I think anything you listen to, you learn from, say, your favorite guitar players, from books or videos. You should twist it and make your own sound. You don't have to play exactly the way the other guitar players play it, because that's his sound. You want to bring your own sound and follow a path that you make yourself. And what can I say? I hope you enjoyed the DVD, and we have given you some ideas to inspire you to a direction that you want to follow and add to your own game. So next time we're gonna see you on stage play it. So this one particularly, I see messages all the time. You might have come across. Have you guys heard of someone called Alip Pata? I literally get so many messages about Alip Pata that I have to finally, I think today, look at what this is. It's an acoustic player, because people have been saying, hey, fingerstyle playing. So we're gonna check it out. You know what? It's kind of cool to I was just gonna say highlight some talent, but obviously he kind of doesn't need my help, because he's got loads of views on his videos. He's got so many views on this video. He doesn't need my help. I'm not that important. I'm just some random guitar player. It's My Heart Will Go On. I guess someone else did that. My Heart Will Go On. Probably way better than Dragon Force did. I bet you this is like 1,000,000 times better than our version. I'm gonna go, oh, that's how you're supposed to do it. Let's check out, by popular request on the internet, Alip Pata. I believe he's Indonesian, and Indonesia have so many talented musicians. By the way, they're like some of the best shredders in Asia from Indonesia. He's gonna be good. Let's look at this. I love this guy already. He did one hand playing the chords, then he just played the recorder, and then most of his views are probably from his sexy feet holding his recorder. That's why he's sitting down. That is cool. He's holding his recorder with his foot. And that was way better than Dragon Force version already. He didn't butcher the song like we did. We literally butchered Celine Dion songs with no mercy. Look at that. He's holding his recorder with his feet. This is sick. wish I was that good on acoustic guitar. This is the kind of music I can put at home in the background, relaxing, sitting in my garden. Key change. Hey, was that it? Oh man, dude, I was getting really into it. This guy's awesome. I gotta click like on that. Man, okay. I was surprised actually. This guy's really good. I can put his songs kind of on a playlist and just like have it playing at home. This is a nice kind of channel you can relax on. I recommend it actually. He's good. What do you guys think? One take, no editing. He's just got one microphone on his guitar. Maybe he can open the Dragon Force show when we play in Indonesia. That would be like kind of a nice romantic warm up, calm, everyone together, having fun, having a good time. I think that would be good. Oh, okay. That's something unusual to react to. We usually react to like nonsense and do silly things. That was a serious reaction.
I'm searching through emptiness and trying to forget us in vain. The light of the dark setting sun will bring my sadness to an end. Voices cry out through
Thank you so much. Should I call you the dude or should I call you Eric? What do you prefer?
You can call me whatever. You can call me Eric. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eric, the dude, thank you so much for joining me on this Twitch stream. It's a pleasure to have you here. And, you know, you're another one of these amazing guitar players that I saw on YouTube. I thought, wow, man, this is absolutely awesome. And thank you so much for coming here to give me a guitar lesson like I originally asked for.
A guitar lesson. Okay, yeah, right. No, but believe me, the pleasure is all mine, man. Been a fan for a long time. But yeah, it's crazy. If I had told my 12-year-old self who was playing your song on Guitar Hero that I'd be jamming out with you on your live stream someday, he would have told me to shut the hell up. So yeah, it's crazy.
So in case you didn't know either, Eric, I was just streaming, usual, and everyone is shouting me these names to react
Let's
to
all
and
chip
watch.
in to buy the do ahead.
and what happened is I said, I do this live stream. People say, oh, react to this. I didn't know that people want me to react to stuff. And they said, the do, ascend, the do. And then I end up picking a video and you were just ripping these solos off. And it was awesome. And you did Through the Fire and Flames. I go, whoa, that is awesome.
Yeah. You kind of broke the internet with that video. Everybody and their grandma was sending me that video. Like my IRL friends were like, yo, dude, have you seen this? And I was like, yeah, I've seen it, man. It blew my mind. It was crazy. So
awesome. And here we are. We're going to play some guitars together in a little bit. So how long have you been playing the guitar?
Well, I'm 26 now, so I started when I was like 12, so about 14 years.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
How's your journey been like? Has it been difficult, or has it been how did you balance playing the guitar and doing other things? I know you're a big gamer as well. How do you put the two together?
Yeah, well, so originally I started out on like violin. That was like my first instrument. My mom forced me to do that in like 4th grade. And I absolutely hated it because it made me miss recess. So that was like my first exposure to music. But then when I was like 12 or so, my dad's played guitar for like his whole life. So he had a guitar laying around, and so I kind of just picked that up. He showed me some pointers for a little while, for maybe a year or so, and then everything else I was kind of just self-taught, just learning off of other friends that played, or just from like YouTube videos and stuff. In terms of balancing it with like YouTube and like the guitar videos and the gaming videos, yeah, it's definitely like I wish I could like clone myself, someone to make the gameplay videos and someone to like make the guitar videos, because it's kind of hard to balance both and like put out the same amount of both. Because the guitar videos take a while to make. You got to go on Omegle and get reactions from people and stuff, and that can take a while. So,
have you come across a lot of weirdos or weird people on Omegle? I mean, it's a crazy place down there.
Have you ever been on Omegle, Mr. Herman?
No, not yet. But in the past, I have been on some old apps, and you end up seeing stuff that you don't want to see. You got any funny story that you can tell me about?
Is your stream PG? Can I tell these stories?
You can tell these. I think you can tell these stories.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, like the main thing, anybody who spent any like reasonable amount of time on Omegle knows that there's a lot of dudes jacking it on Omegle. That's like the big number one thing that men like to do. But to be honest with you, that's kind of the most mild thing. I'm pretty callous to that. That doesn't even affect me anymore. I've seen it so much. It gets really bad because there was this one time I was on Omegle for a good 6 hours, and it's probably time to get off Omegle when you recognize the guy's penis. That's when it's really bad. No, I've seen people doing stuff like I've seen drugs and weird types of pornography. Old men in like leather and chains and diapers and weird stuff. Yeah, that's kind of what happens when you just let anyone in the public on with like a webcam just access to a website. So, and that's not even the unrestricted site. There's like a worse section where it's like all that kind of stuff. So, it's not a fun place to go a lot of times.
Okay, I mean, can you choose, what to match with? Guitar, music, that kind of thing, or
yeah. You can, and that helps a lot. If you don't put any interest in, it's kind of like Russian roulette with, you never know what you're going to see. But a lot of times I'll put in, like, if I know I want to play certain songs for people, like I want to play like a song from Final Fantasy or something, I'll type that in as an interest, and usually that like wards off a lot of the weirdos. But they still manage to get in there somehow. Like, I don't know why a guy would type in Final Fantasy and then have his pee out. Whatever. I don't know what goes through people's minds. So,
Oh man, you know, some people have to prove they have a big PP. You know, I don't know.
it's usually pretty small. So,
How did that idea actually started for you, like to troll people pretending you can't play the guitar with your Hello Kitty guitar?
well, I bought the Hello Kitty guitar just to make like a meme video where I took my old Squire and I sprinkled like uwu dust on it. And like I shook the bag up and I pretended like I transformed it into a Hello Kitty guitar. And then everybody in the comments was like, okay, well, you got to use this on Omegle. And I was like, what can I do with this? And I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll just pretend to suck and see if I can trick people. And ironically, anybody who actually owns a Hello Kitty guitar probably knows like what the hell they're doing, because it's like a collectible guitar that hasn't been like around for 10 years. So that's why it was like $700 or whatever for that piece of crap.
I've been trying to get that Hello Kitty guitar, but I cannot let myself pay $600 for a piece of crap. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
I know. It sounds so bad. To be honest, though, I think it might be one of my favorite guitars because I love the way the Stratocasters feel and the Squire feels. So I love playing it. It just sounds like crap. It's got like one single coil pickup in the back. But yeah, I definitely wrestled with that at first. I was like, is this worth $700 on Reverb? I don't know. Obviously, it paid off for me. So I don't know. You could maybe play it at a live show sometime. You know, play it through the Fire and the Flame solo on it like I did. You know.
Wow, this.
Eric the First gifted you a sub last week to Herman. Feel free to hang amongst the community on future streams.
Do you hear this crazy alerts?
Yeah, I'm hearing them back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pause those alerts. By the way, everyone on chat, I'm sorry, I have to pause those sounds at the moment because otherwise, we might, you know.
Davey 504, Davey 504, Davey 504.
We don't speak of that man here.
504, Davey 504, Davey 504, Davey 504.
Look at this.
Davey 504.
Oh my God.
Yep, that's why you pause alerts.
Davey 504. Davey 504, Davey 504, Davey 504,
Oh my God.
Davey 504, Davey 504, Davey 504, Davey 504.
Might wanna skip that alert.
504, Davey 504,
Oh,
There we go.
I let that in for a
God.
second just to remind myself what I got myself into. All right, well let's try to do this song. Let's see if we can. If
Okay.
it's not good enough, we're gonna do 2 goes. How about that? Can we get 2 goes if we kind of screw it up? Chat, can we get?
Sure.
Yeah.
Chat, yeah, don't judge us too hard.
Yeah, pretend it's good even if we mess it up. We haven't really rehearsed this, but
You hear that, right?
yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
We did it. We
That
did
was
it.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was okay. That was cool. It was like one take, no rehearsal at all, ever. I thought that was a good job.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Not bad, yeah.
When the lights have turned to grey, on the dawning final day, see the sun now fade away. Can we find the words to say? All the times we fought in vain, through the years and seasons change, but we all still feel the same as we stand before the world. Fire, feel the thunder rise. Now touch the path of glory. Power to the turbo drive. Hot wheels of fire burn strong. Flash lightning fries the brain. On a course to no tomorrow, driving all of us insane. City lights laid out before us. Go for now your time has come. Now your time has come. In a flash of blue steel, to the far horizons, supersonic power, on the wings of a dream, down the road so far with nowhere to hide, like a star shooting right from the sky, so low for no one ever looked light will fall to our river. On the bloody stones in the fields in white run lies. As sun sets now, Ontario, the wounds we find in time will heal. But the dragon soon will return from space and time. Long will be the journey through the coldest nights we ride, where the horsemen slay them all, and the rain take them alive. Listen to our enchanted story written in the wind, when the evil comes tonight to claim the light. Fear the end is coming now. Hold the line, keep strong up round. I'll feel the night stop watchmen, steadfast tonight we'll crush them, for the wasted journey to the end. See the soaring eagle fly, see the warriors fight and die, see the lightning crack the sky with the last dragon born. To the mountain we must go, flash of steel will crush our foes, to the fires on down below with the last dragon born. Our journey leads us on and on to the lands out west and setting sun, where the pillars of stone never pass you all who try. The chants inscribed on the ancient walls, the screams of the past echo in the halls. Now the wizards arise from their watchtower in the sky. Onwards through the cold lands, over endless nights and days. Many dangers lie ahead, and many foes we'll have to face. Through the swamps of sadness and through forests ripped of light, from the eyes of sure watch down on us tonight. Feel our time is coming now. Hold the line, keep strong up round. Now see the castles burning, our sword tonight is yearning. To the gods on high we now ascend. See the soaring eagle fly, see the warriors fight and die, see the lightning crack the sky with the last dragon born. To the mountain we must go, flash of steel will crush our foes, to the fires on down below with the last dragon born. Under pale fading stars we sleep tonight, for our quest takes us far and so long. But with the rise of the sun in the far eastern skies, never bow down, for our kingdom come.
I want to watch it again. Yeah, the drum feel is good. She's tight on time. Look at that. Come on, come on, come on. I love that, the way that it does on the hi-hat. It's so cool. Shoot nuts. Ah, someone that finally smiled. Oh, it's hard to see, you know. To find like drummers that smile, you know, that are like enjoying the moment. Most of the drummers that you can find around that are covering, they are like, you know, like so worried, you know. This is good. This is good. Smile. Yeah. Yeah. I love her face. I love her attitude. She's powerful. Look at that. Well, you know what? Most of the time, I see. I mean, you see, it makes me like feel uncomfortable, you know, to see like the drummers that they are like afraid, scared of, you know, like doing mistakes. This girl, she's just playing. Look the way that she plays. Look at it. This is the best cover, one of the best, definitely. No, this is my favorite, yeah. Apart from mine, but this is my favorite one. Look at that. Ah. That's cool. Yeah, Yeah, definitely my favorite.
All right, we're gonna do this one. We're gonna do a reaction video, live here. I haven't seen this. I have no idea what it is, but it says man plays the solo from Through the Fire and Flames without actually learning it. Well, this guy must be a genius. I like it. He probably got perfect ear, right? This guy got perfect ear, perfect pitch. Looks like he means business here. He's got his camera set up on the background. Looks like he's a true YouTuber. He's got like 3 million views on this one. He's got 695,000 subscribers. Man, this guy must be a shredder. I can't wait to see this. He's gonna kill it. He's more than you think. Well, let's check it out. Let's do it. You guys ready to see K-Mac shred the Through the Fire and Flames solo better than me without listening to it? Let's do it. Alright, he's gonna kill it. Wait. It's got 3 notes right. Too many. I mean, is that what you do to get 3 million views? Got more views than Paul Roland and Tina S. Wow, he's good. So I finally saw the legend. So that is the legend known as K-Mac you all been talking about. Oh my god. Well, thank you so much for alerting me this amazing performance. Seems like he's got quite a lot in there. That's how you do it to get 3 million views. So all the people out there doing playthrough of Through the Fire and Flames, you guys got someone to beat here. K-Mac is killing it. He's kicking your ass. He's taking Troll to a new level. Like, he's got 3 million views on it. You know what? I like that video. He didn't care. He actually got 3 notes right by chance.
to pale fading stars we sleep tonight, for our quest takes us far and so long. But with the rise of the sun in the far eastern skies, never bow down.